Nation, we just got our dicks handed to us by a Saints team that did not have their starting 2 wide receivers. They did not have their number 1 corner. They did not have their starting nickel corner. And they were being led by Andy fucking Dalton. And they came out here and whipped our asses. This is one of the worst games I've seen this team play in a long time. The Saints legitimately made us look stupid all damn day. And if you think for a second that this team right here can go on a 7 or 8 game win streak, you're out of your fucking mind, because they look like trash. They played like trash, and then at the end, Derek Carr sat on the bench while the rest of the team just rolled over and died in the last 3 minutes. I started Carr and Adams in fantasy football this week. They combined for 2 fucking points. It's really hard to say who had the worst game between our offense and our defense because they both look like complete trash. Our offensive line is a complete fucking joke. And then they kept talking about it throughout the game, how this was our 11th different line that we were bringing out onto the field, and how McDaniels liked to take the Belichick approach of shuffling these guys around until you get the right unit that you really think is going to be solid and on the field for us. This is what you fucking settle on? This shit show that we saw today? 11 different rotations, and this is the best that we fucking have? You've got to be kidding me. They might be decent as far as the run block goes, but as far as protecting our quarterback, they are complete and utter shit. They are the sole reason that we put up a big-ass goose egg today. Carr was running for his life today. He didn't even have time to scramble around. The Saints defensive line were in his face immediately. And the fact that he didn't end this game on a stretcher is a small fucking miracle. That's the one bright spot that we can take from this game. 15 of 26 for 101 and an interception that was completely his fault. How the hell do you not see that linebacker just sitting there watching you the entire fucking time, and then you whip it directly at his hands? And then we have Josh Jacobs running like a fucking madman because he knows he's a free agent at the end of this season and his ass is going to get paid. So his ass is out there putting on a show for every fucking team in the NFL, but we only give him the ball 10 times. Even though he was running rough shots straight through this fucking Saints defense, he was the only person that was consistently doing damage to this team. But the Saints just keep putting up points on this shit-ass defense, and so eventually we completely got away from the run. And just a quick little side note, if we can never run that sweep to Davante Adams again, I'd really appreciate that because I want to see him survive this fucking season. I really thought he was going to be done after he hit the ground on that play. And then that stupid ass fake punt. There's another one that you can rip out of your playbook, crumble it up, and throw that shit away. But hey, we got to see our first look at Jarrett Stidham during live action. He only threw 30 yards less than Carr on half the attempts. Only about 4 minutes of football, which is undoubtedly going to lead to, should Stidham be the starting quarterback in Vegas? I swear to God, if I hear that shit one time over the next week, I'm going to reach through my computer and punch you right in the fucking face. And then this fucking defense, and this is the shit that hurt me more than anything else throughout this game. Alvin Kamara completely shredded this defense on every single fucking level. Was there anybody else sitting out there like I was, screaming Hankins' name, hoping his ass would magically appear and make a fucking difference? I still have no idea what the fuck our front office was thinking when they were like, oh, let's go ahead and trade off Hankins because we don't have a single other fucking person to stop the run on this entire defensive line. And then I have to sit there and watch a bunch of people come out and be like, oh, the Raiders got something up their sleeve. Oh, the Raiders are about to make something happen. They're not going to do jack shit. That was them clearing up cap, getting a little bit of draft capital, going into next season because they've already wrote this shit off. If you're looking for some big-ass splash and the Raiders are about to do something huge, forget that shit. It's not going to happen. And why Patrick Graham thought that running a soft zone against a vet quarterback with 0 pass rush was the right answer to this game has me fucking baffled. He literally sat in the pocket with all the time in the world and picked this defense apart. And we never made a single adjustment to that. That was our game plan and we were sticking to it because that man was 110% sure this shit was going to work, and when it didn't, he had no backup plan for it. And whenever this defense did step up and have a couple plays in a row where we did start looking good, their rookie Chris Olave would come out there and just find the soft spot or end up making some big-ass play that got them the first down. Now, granted, that kid is the real deal, and he's going to be a huge piece in that Saints offense moving forward, but we should have been able to shut his ass down completely. He was legitimately their number 1 receiver for this game. Anthony Everett looked like he didn't know what the hell he was doing. They kept targeting Abram in the passing game, which has been a weakness for him his entire fucking career, but we don't seem to make any adjustment to put him in the right position and play that box safety. I swear I can keep going on and on about this defense, but the bottom line is Mad Max deserves a hell of a lot better than what he has surrounding him right now. It's a fucking joke. We are 2-5 and in last place in our division. Let's take the Raider fandom out of this shit. If I was sitting here and I told you that the 2-5 Browns are going to jump past the Bengals and the Ravens and end up getting a spot in the playoffs, you would look at me like I was fucking stupid. That's the same damn way that I'm looking at this team right now. We are 2-5, playing like shit. We can only lose tops 2 more games if we want to have a legitimate shot at actually getting a playoff berth this season. And if you watch teams like the Bills and the Chiefs and the Ravens, they're playing at a completely different speed than our team is playing at. It's like we're on a completely different fucking sub-level and we cannot take that next step up. Get to the point where you have to stop making excuses every single week and just realize that this fucking team sucks right now. Completely new coaching staff, completely new system, completely new scheme, completely new everything for the 8th time in the past 10 years. Tell me I'm fucking wrong, and I know I'm gonna hear about it in the comments section. Oh, you're so negative. Oh, you said you were gonna be real positive this season, but you're Mr. Pessimist. Y'all can fuck off. Give me something to be happy about. How you can have a team with this much talent and this many superstars and still suck on a week-to-week basis comes down to coaching and ownership. Neither one of those things are gonna change going into next season. So we need to buckle down and fix this shit, and that's not going to happen until the offseason, where we can only pray to God that they address this fucking offensive line and draft a linebacker in the fucking first round. And y'all can save your breath about that Roquan Smith shit going down. You think his ass wants to come play for this shit-ass team? This game should be eye-opening to the entire nation. This is who we are for the remainder of this season. You know what we got to look forward to right now? A top 10 pick. And then we just have to hope that McDaniels doesn't fuck it up. I'm out, nation. I can give 2 shits if you click anything before you leave this video because I'm fucking done right now.